What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and in this video we're taking a look at a new plugin from Black Rooster Audio called the VTC-2, which stands for Vintage Tube Compressor. Now, I've read the manual and it doesn't state, so I'm not sure if this is an opto or a very mute compressor. It feels like an opto to me, but it doesn't seem like it's based on any other gear per se, like a clone like an 1176 or LA2A or anything like that. So it seems like Black Rooster's done their own thing, but just emulating some tube compression and coming up with their own feature set here. So I'll go over these controls, and of course I'll let you hear what it sounds like, and of course I'll have a link in the description if y'all want to check this out, learn more about it, or pick it up. All right, so starting at the far left, we have the mode, which is going to, it says dual and link. So this is going to be either, if you're using on a stereo source, you can either have it dual mono or link them together. Ratios, we have 4, we have 2 to 1, 4 to 1, 10 to 1, and 20 to 1. I know it's written backwards from what we're used to seeing, but we've got attack and release 1 to 9, and drive. So drive is going to add signal or increase the input. It's basically input gain for the compressor. If you put it at 0, you will have no signal at all. So I think by default it's at like 3, but of course the more you drive it, the more saturation you're going to add to the compression. We've got your threshold, trim, even though this goes down to -5 and +5, that's not dB. This is -24 dB and +24 dB range on the output trim here. And of course we have your mix. All right, so let's check this out. I've got this on a vocal. This is a artist named Trisha Alicia, and let's start with it bypassed.
I drove into a brand new city that I'm gonna live in for the year, and I shed a tear, 'cause there was no one that I could call friend. So far away from home, just me and these four walls.
All right, let's bring in the VTC. I think I'm going for about 5 dB of compression here.
I drove into a brand new city that I'm gonna live in for the year, and I shed a tear, 'cause there was no one that I could call friend. So far away from home, just me and these four walls.
All right, let me explain what's going on with the metering, because we see we have essentially not two meters, but we're able to see multiple things going on with the metering. The black is the input and the red is the gain reduction. So we can see the input level and gain reduction happening at the same time. All right, let's move to a part of this vocal. Let's bypass this. This is where she gets loud. So we'll see how this handles where she's getting loud here. Again, I think we're going to do about maybe 5 to 7 dB on this part. And this is with it bypassed.
Jesus, you're there with me. You're there with me. You're there with me. You're there, you are. Every day you're there.
All right, let's bring in the VTC-2.
Jesus, you're there with me. You're there with me. You're there with me. You're there, you are. Every day you're there.
All right, so I'm really liking how this is controlling the vocal. I'm going to go back and play, and we're just going to bring it in and out so you can hear the immediate difference. Bring the trim down just a little bit to kind of try to level match it. But this is doing a great job. It has the opto feel to me, so I feel that this is based off an opto compressor, but doing a really good job of controlling the vocal there. All right, let's just play through this and bring it in and out.
I drove into a brand new city that I'm gonna live in for the year, and I shed a tear, 'cause there was no one that I could call friend. So far away from home, just me and these four walls. But just when I feel like I'm all alone, there's nothing further from the truth. Just when I feel like I'm all alone, Jesus, you're there. You're there. Jesus, you're there with me. You're there with me. You're there with me. You're there, you are.
Okay, bringing it in and out, I do feel like I'm hearing the saturation when it is being active, when the plugin is being activated, and I also feel like it's making the vocal just a little bit brighter as well on the top end. But very pleased with this on this vocal. Let's check this out on some drums now. All right, so for these drums, we got the drive at 8. I'm using the 20-to-1 ratio. I've got the fastest release on. We've got the attack at 4, just to open it up a little bit, let those transients through. And right now the mix is at 100%. And I'll start this with a bypass, and then I'll bring it in. All right, let's set the mix now to about 6. All right, so I'm liking this too. Let's bring this ratio down to 10-to-1. Let's back off the drive, bring up the output a little bit. And let's do the mix at 50-50 here. All right, so there's an example of it on drums. I'm liking that. It sounds like it's doing more than the 5 dB compression that it is showing, but I am getting that. I don't know if I prefer this over like a distressor, which I usually use on drum bus, but I am liking what I'm hearing out of this, or like a 1176 is something I like to use on drums a lot. The attack on this is faster than I expected it to be. I'll let you hear that real quick. Let's just put this to fast, and just hear how fast this attack is acting on this kick. All right, so yeah, I wasn't expecting an attack that fast on a tube, like we'll just call it an opto compressor. All right, final thoughts on the VTC-2. Intro price for this is $29, so I would definitely pick it up at that price, which you can generally get Black Rooster plugins for. And like I said in my Pro Audio release roundup, I do think it's going to go well with their other compressors in their lineup, like the 1176, the LA2A, and the LA3A, which are also tube-based compressors. This one this gives you more control than a LA2A or even an LA3A as well. So I look at it as a tube compressor like those, but we've got more options here. We can select the ratio. We've got control over the attack and release. And then we also have a mix knob as well. All right, but definitely comment and let me know what y'all think about this VTC-2. I'll have a link in the description if y'all want to check it out and learn more about it or pick it up. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate a thumbs up. And if y'all want to continue to see content from me, then y'all know what to do.